A friend of mine was telling me how stressed and overwhelmed she felt recently. She said there was all these things she was trying to get done, and I was trying to encourage her. And I said to her, hey, you just don't have the bandwidth right now for that. Now, I was trying to encourage her to be kind to herself and just pace herself, realizing she couldn't do it all. Well, when she got off the phone, apparently she just cried and cried and cried. Her husband called and said, what did you tell her? She had been highly hurt by what I had said. And I kind of slapped myself afterwards because I forgot something about her. She's what you call an Enneagram 3. There's this personality profile called the Enneagram. It's really interesting. And the Enneagram 3 is an achiever, where they find value in what they can get done, how much they can accomplish. They're just driven people. And man, they get a lot done. But oftentimes they take on too much and it ends up stressing them out. Another negative side of that Enneagram 3 is they really want to be perceived as successful. What's fascinating about that is I actually believe we live in an Enneagram 3 here in the U.S. culture. We are a very driven, achievement-focused culture. And even if you don't have that personality, you can kind of feel that pressure and buzz all around you. Achieve. You're only valuable if you accomplish, if you achieve things. King Solomon, he talks about this very thing in Ecclesiastes 2:4-5. He says, I undertook great projects. I built houses for myself. I planted vineyards. I made gardens and parks and planted all kinds of fruit trees in them. I made reservoirs to water groves of flourishing trees. He just keeps talking about how much he accomplished. But again, this is in this sequence where we're going to see at the end, he says, I had wisdom while I was doing this, but it still didn't fulfill the void. I think that's an important message for all of us because like I said, we do live in this culture of achieve. And oftentimes we think if I can just get one more thing done, I'll have what I need. But achievement's not going to accomplish it. It's, again, the book of Ecclesiastes is all about perspective. There are some achievements that are really valuable, but we have to be constantly evaluating, why am I doing this? What's the drive behind what I'm doing? And if we're not doing something that really has an eternal purpose, obviously there's stuff we've just got to get done. The bills got to get paid. You got to go to work. But when we're looking for those really existential things, trying to find fulfillment, trying to find purpose, we need to constantly be asking ourselves, is what I'm doing what really needs to be done right now? Or is this just something to make me feel like I'm accomplishing something? I think oftentimes we create stuff for ourselves just to feel like we have value. We create stuff for ourselves to do. I've seen churches do that a lot, just to kind of justify their existence. They do all sorts of stuff that's really not the core thing. And we human beings, we all do it too. So the question I want to ask you today is, what is it you feel like you've got to get done today? And really look at it in the scope of, I don't know, maybe something as big as eternity, and say, is this really moving me towards my purpose? And yeah, I may get some stuff done today, but oftentimes stillness. In stillness, the ability to say, that I'd like to get that done, but the more important thing is having a still and peaceful heart, feeling a sense of confidence that I have value before God, even if I don't get stuff done. When you start from that place where you realize your value doesn't come from what you do, that is a game changer. So my encouragement for you today is, look at what you're doing. Stop, look around. What's all the buzz that you're feeling the need to do? Some of it's just pressure from the outside. Some of it's pressure from the inside. Maybe you're an Enneagram 3 yourself and you're going, I feel like I can't get enough done. And ask yourself, is this really the most important thing? The book of Ecclesiastes, I believe, has the answers we need for our crazy, busy, achiever-driven world. And King Solomon is saying you've got to keep an eternal perspective in the middle of all this. Otherwise, you'll find yourself running around like a hamster on a wheel. My daughter just got a hamster, so I always think about that picture. Going nowhere, but you feel like you're getting a lot done. Pray you guys have a great day. Hey, if this has been encouragement to you, share it with somebody that you know. And you can like and add me, subscribe to the channels on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of them. Have a great morning.